All right, so now I'm going to draw on some of the missing details. So I could say, all right, well, I'm going to put a line here to look like his shirt is buttoned up. And then I want it to look like it's got a collar. So I'm going to go this way and then back up here. And then down and back up here. And then I could even put some buttons on there. I could even color them in so they show up. I want it to look like we can actually see his arms. So I'm going to draw a line that goes down towards where I added that brown piece of paper. Another way to do that is start at the brown piece of paper and then go up, but you don't have to go all the way up. And then the reason I made this little bump when I first made his shirt is I wanted it to look like he kind of rolled up his sleeves. He's got work to do. If he's a lumberjack, he's out chopping down trees and stuff, right? Right? So then I could even add suspenders. So draw a line here and another line going the same way. The word for that would be parallel, and then I can go ahead and fill that in with that marker. Another way to do that, if I had some different colored paper, I could have actually cut a strip of paper to do that. Alright, so the next thing I want to do, he's working outside and it's cold, he's going to want his beanie on. So I have a piece of paper I'm going to use for that. That would be another symmetrical shape. So what I can do is try to make it look the same on both sides, but sometimes, you know, when you're, I don't know that it has to be 100% symmetrical, because I know when I'm walking around, I got my beanie on, it scoots around all over the place sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw it to look like it's actually on his head. So I'm going to take it, if I put it here, that's like on top of his head, I want it to look like he's wearing it. So I'm going to bring that down, and I'm going to draw shapes that look like the shape of the beanie on his head. So first what I'm going to do is draw kind of like a hot dog or a banana shape that touches the bottom of the paper here. So I'm going to start over here at the side. I'm going to come around, touch the bottom, and then here's what I mean by the banana or the hot dog shape. All right. But then I'm going to draw kind of this organic looking wavy lumpy shape there, and we can see how if we cut that out, that would look like the hat on his head. So I drew two separate shapes, but I want to cut out the whole shape, so I'm going to have to think like I did on my shirt. I'm cutting here, turning, and then I'm going to turn on this line. I don't want to cut that off, I want to keep it on there. And then again, don't turn this way and cut it off. Go this way and keep it as part of the whole shape. And then his hat. Maybe it could cover one of his ears, maybe. So I'm going to decide how I like it on there. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. So I'm going to flip it over. Now, if you're like me, you're looking at this, and when you guys see, when I flip this over, you'll probably notice it more, but I see the pencil lines showing, and they don't really go with the marker line, so I'm definitely not leaving it like that. I'm going to use my marker, and I'm going to draw some of the texture that would be on his hat or his beanie. These lines look like they go with what I've done so far. That pencil line, not so much. Some lines can go up, some can come down, some can go up, some can come down. So think about changing it up a little bit. That definitely looks like it belongs on this guy's head. All right, one last touch. I'm gonna take this pom-pom and I'm gonna glue it to the top of his beanie just to finish it off and make him look all warm and festive. All right, so I'm gonna take some glue, And this time, it'll be a little bit like putting syrup on a pancake, because that is definitely more than I would use for paper. But for this fuzzy thing to stick on there, I really got to make sure it's glued on good. So I'm going to set it on the glue, but I'm also going to sort of twist it around in place to make sure it really gets on there and on the paper so it stays. And then when I've held it down long enough, I can let go. If you see it sort of start to pop up and roll away, it's trying to escape. Maybe hold it down, press a little bit longer, and once it stays, then you're done. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing what you send me when you're done.